Good morning and welcome to the first fully live class that I'm creating here. So if you've not met me before, my name's Kelly and I teach a style of yoga called Drew Yoga. Drew Yoga is a flowing style where you keep your joints and your body soft and relaxed. That allows the energy to move through your body and allows for transformation to occur. We're going to stand up in a second. We're going to get activated. We're going to loosen up the body. We'll shake out all the tension in the muscles. We will relax the joints in the body and just get out of our heads and into the physical body. We'll then flow into some energy block release movements. Then I'm going to bring you down onto the ground. We'll stretch out the latissimus dorsi muscle, biggest muscle in your back. And then we're going to move into Ardha Muksvanasana, which is the downward facing dog pose. We're going to practice it in a couple of different styles. We'll do it where you stay still, so stationary first of all, and then we're going to move into a flowing dog, which will really energize the whole of your system. When we work with downward facing dog, it's excellent for letting go of the past and bringing you totally into the present moment. So if you've had any trauma or any troubles, anything been going on recently, this pose will really help to invigorate you and help you to release and let go what no longer serves you. So I'm going to get stood up and get moving. Fantastic. So just bringing yourself to a standing position. And the first thing to do is just to give your toes a bit of a wriggle and then lift your toes from the mat. Feel the muscles in your legs engage. Breathe in as you lengthen your spine. Feel that space in your chest. Breathe out. Next in breath, take your shoulders up towards your ears and just circle your shoulders back and down. Let your toes come back down onto the mat and we'll just move with this a few times. So just circling the shoulders, bringing a gentle stretch through the pecs, a bit of movement in your back. Also waking up the legs, strengthening your knees. And then just one more. And we'll just begin to move the shoulders, circling the shoulders back, allowing your hips to move with it as well. Just flowing. Just doing that lovely movement through the hips, softening into it with your knees and allowing the whole of the body to move. It's a whole body movement, leading one side of the spine forward and then the other. As you've got a bit more space there now, start to lift your elbows. Some space into the ribs and you're beginning to stretch out those muscles that connect your ribs, those intercostal muscles. They can become very, very tight. And if you've ever strained an intercostal muscle, it can feel very, very painful. So it's really important to keep the body moving and then start to swing your arms through and underneath. And you're noticing the soles of the feet, the ankles, the knees, hips. And it's a lovely, fun, buoyant movement. As we move into the spring season, just start to feel a little bit more energized, putting a bit more oomph into your movement practice. Please get your heart rate going as well. And then just bringing it back to your elbows, really lifting. And just your shoulders. Just noticing how much more space you've got there now. And placing your hands down onto your hips. Allow that movement to travel through your hips so you've got a nice figure of 8. Again, bending your knees. And then just turning the hips around in a few circles. The other way. And then just let your body find its way back to stillness. Just take a moment to notice any subtle changes in how you feel. And we're going to bring the hands together. We're rubbing the hands together now. Get some warmth into your hands. A bit of friction into your palms. And then we're going to start giving the hands a shake. Both hands a shake. Get all your fingers moving and your thumbs. And then we're going to take that awareness through each one of the digits on your hands, starting with your thumbs. And just loosening up both of your thumbs, feel the joints in the thumb, the tip of the thumb, and then let that move into your index finger, your middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Taking it deeper now into the palms, into your wrists, forearms, elbows, into your biceps, into your shoulders. Give your knees a bit of a bend. Any tension be released down and out through your fingertips. Releasing any tension, any mountains you've been carrying. And let the knees stop bouncing. Take your hands, still flicking away from the body, all the way up above your head. Your hands are shaking above your head, and then just pause. Just stop, breathe in, reach up, lengthening the spine, feeling that stretch up through your body, really lifting the ribs. Let your shoulders relax. Be breathing in once more, lifting up. As you breathe out, just let your arms come down as you create a circle just in front of the body. The arms might feel a little bit tingly after that. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of balancing. Take your weight over onto your left foot. You can pop your core muscles on to hold you steady here. So your core muscles, so you've got your pelvic floor muscle. If you're female, you lift that muscle up. If you're male, again, just lifting the perineum. And then you're drawing in your lower abdominals, transversus abdominis. And pop your hands on your hips for balance. Bring your foot in front and start to circle your toes around. Hold in. Steady, you can use a wall to support you, or if you need to put your foot down, you can. And change directions, go both ways. And then giving your foot a shake. And feel your toes loosening up. Feel the ball of the foot, the arch, the heel, the ankle, the calf muscle, the knee. Coming up into the quad now, into your hip. So the whole of the leg is nice and loose and relaxed. And then switch your perspective. So you're just shaking down from the hip, down through the leg and out through the foot. Now you bring your knees closer together now. Core muscles come back on. Lift your knee up. Pause for a second. Take your leg out to the side. Bring your foot down. Change. So you lift in with the foot. Again, remembering those core muscles, or find something to focus your gaze on. So you're not moving where you're looking, so you're keeping that steadiness. So if you were circles one way and then the other, give your foot a shake. Your toes loosen up. Again, the ball of the foot, the arch, the heel, into the ankle, the calf muscle. And then up into the quad and your hip. And again, shift that perspective so you're looking down through the leg. Tension being released out and down through your foot. You bring the knees closer together, lift that knee up. The leg to the side. And get down, place your foot down, whole body shake. Have a bit of fun. Bounce around, really loosen up. There a bit of a spring in your step. Lovely. And then come back to standing. Okay. Where are we going now? Separate your feet. Feet a bit further apart. Soften your knees. And we're just going to begin turning the hips. Now your arms loose and relaxed here. There's no effort from any other part of the body apart from turning the hips. Keeping your knees nice and soft, and the movement is going to travel up from the base of the spine. Energy and awareness rising up through your body. This is a really useful movement that helps to nourish the discs in your back. Keeps the facet joints very healthy. And we'll start to let the arms lift up. The hands tapping in around rib level. And then take the hands a bit higher so they tap the opposite shoulder. And take your arms all the way up overhead. There's a lovely feeling of freedom and space. Arms come back down. Bend your knees. Start to lift your heels. To lift the arms. The opposite shoulder, a little tap now. And take the arms all the way overhead. Arms come back down. Leaving knees a bend. It strengthens your quads, stretches the quads, strengthens your knees. That's great for your balance. And then just come back to standing. Okay. So we're going to work with a movement now called the D-slugger. It takes this name because it can really help you to move from a sluggish, feeling tired, feeling depleted. It gets the oxygen into your lungs, stretches your spine, stretches your legs, and it's basically a whole body movement. So start off by anchoring the right foot. Start stepping backwards and forwards with the left foot. And start swinging your arms. I'm going to change direction because I'm hitting my plant. Just letting the arms lift. So as you come forward, the arms lift, and as you step back, the arms lift. The right foot stays anchored down onto the mat. And you're bringing the breath into it as well. So as the arms lift up, you breathe in. And as they come down, you breathe out. Shoulders a tap. Giving the plant a tap. It's a plant that's not a plant, it's a decoration. Fabulous. Okay, so next time you step forward, you're going to bend your leading knee, both feet facing forwards. Pop your core muscles on, hands on your hips, pelvis in neutral, sinking down, so you're stretching out the muscle in that back half, the gastrocnemius. Making sure the joints remain soft in the body, knee joints not locked. They really Sinking into that stretch, allowing the calf muscle to gently release. Use your out breath. Okay, second stage, step your foot back in, your front foot back in. Going to bend both of the knees and sink down. And it's stretching out the soleus muscle, which is the muscle that connects down into your Achilles. If you can't feel much, take your weight a bit further back. And lift up. And then you're going to lift the toes of your left foot. You're going to bend your right knee, fold forwards, and just sink down again. Be aware of locking that knee joint back, that left knee. Just allowing a nice lengthening of the hamstring. Lovely. Bring your feet back together. Anchor your left foot now. Stepping forwards, backwards with the right. So I'm mirroring you. And this time as you move, I'd like you to focus on lifting the sternum. So you've got lengthening happening in the spine. Remembering the breath. And this really stretches out the lungs, the diaphragm, gets that oxygen into your body, gets the heart rate increased. And give your shoulders a little tap. Now, next time we step forward, right knee is going to bend, left leg fairly straight, hips and pelvis in neutral, sinking down. And a nice stretch into that calf muscle. Step foot in, both feet facing forward, about a foot distance between them, pull muscles on, sinking down. Keep sitting into a chair. If you can't feel it, take your weight a bit further back. Step back your left foot. Step up with your right foot, lift the toes on your left foot and sink down into your hamstring stretch. Not sure which one we did the first time, so I'm going to do both. That's standing. So I'm now going to work with a couple of energy block release movements. We're going to start with standing stretch and forward bend. First of all, bring yourself to Tadasana mountain pose. So in Tadasana, you want to have your feet hip distance. And close one eye and make a fist with the opposite hand, and then just align the arches of your feet around the edges of the fist. That gives you your hip distance. Breathe in as you lengthen your spine. Let the weight, the body weight, be distributed evenly through your body. Feel the connection to the ground with your heels, all of the foot, your toes. Just gently lifting the arches on the feet, keeping your knees soft. Bring your hips and pelvis to neutral. Breathe out, lift pelvic floor up and pop the pelvis to neutral. Next in breath lengthens the spine, lifts the sternum. And then with your next in breath, you're going to let your shoulders lift up towards your ears. So pull your shoulders back and down. You can always repeat that a few times. Feel the crown of the head rise. And you just gaze in front, about 3-4 feet in front. And the qualities of the mountain present here, that stability, that strength. Legs are supporting you like two pillars. There's an openness in the upper part of the body. Your hands to open. Take your hands up through that midline, reaching up. And then forwards, keeping your hands close to your body. Come down to a forward bend. Let your knees bend. Tailbone underneath. And rise up. Stacking one vertebra at a time. Lifting the arms. And you have a stretch through your hamstrings. Nourishing movement in your spine. Just put your arms around in front a few times. First of all, being aware of your physical body, your muscles and your legs, stretching your chest and your pecs. And also stretching the lungs, the back. And you notice some tingling in your arms, your hands. You can even close your eyes. Back down to your forward bend. Pausing your forward bend for a few moments. You can bend your knees, you can let your head, neck and shoulders relax here. Take your hands just behind at the ankles. Trace your fingertips up the back line of the legs. Place your hands underneath your ribs. Slide your hips forward. Chin in towards your chest. And just stretching the front of the body. And lift. Flow forwards. Come back to your forward bend. The arms come in front. Breathe in. Lifting up. And forwards and down. Arms come down by your sides. A few rotations to the arms. Keep your arms just in the periphery of your vision. Let the arms lift to shoulder level. This is great if you've been using a mouse at a desk, driving, cooking, baking, lifting grandchildren, children, arms, hands. All tension here, stiffness. These movements help to alleviate that stiffness, which if we don't, can lead to energy blocks mentally, physically, emotionally, energetically. Okay, pause now with your arms at shoulder level. Turn your left arm behind, change to look at your right arm, hand. And as you breathe in, it's going to rotate, look out towards the other side. Okay. Breathing in as that movement comes through you, and a slight extension without locking in the joints. And let the arms come back down slowly. Oops. Final shoulder movement. Bring your fingertips up towards your collarbones or your shoulders and begin to circle your elbows. And then we begin to bring the whole body into the movement. So as you sink into the knees, a wave moves up through the spine. And the breath joins in as well. So you breathe in and you lift up. And go both ways. I was reading an article a couple of days ago about the back, and it said in the article that we experience tension in the back in different places if we've experienced stress, emotional stress, financial stress, mental stress. And it said stiffness in the lumbar, the sacrum, was connected to financial stress. Around the mid-thoracic, so the middle of the back, was emotional stress. And if you've been very busy or overwhelmed, you experience it in your shoulders, which I thought was quite interesting. So it's really good that we're doing these movements. Okay, so I got carried away. Let your arms come back down by your sides. Just give your arms a shake out. So I'm going to invite you to come down onto your mats now. Come onto your backs. And just bring your knees in towards your chest. Place your hands on your knees and rock from side to side. Just feel a lovely feeling of relaxation through the lumbar part of the spine. And then we're going to begin with a few circles for the knees. And as you can imagine, this helps and benefits your digestive organs, the reproductive organs, the elimination organs. And it really helps to settle you. So if you ever find you're not able to sleep at night, you can do this and it will help to bring you into a more relaxed state. Now, start to slide your hands from the knees and let your knees steer the movement right down towards the coccyx. And then bring it back again. And go both ways. Just 1 second. You hear the cat? Blocking the camera pocket. Lovely. So hopefully the lumbar part of the spine's been a bit more relaxed. Place the soles of your feet down onto the mat. And you want to make sure that natural curve of your back, that lordosis, is flat down to the mat. So to achieve that, all you do is lift your hips up and just slide your hips towards your heels and that should flatten that natural curve. So I'm going to stretch out the biggest, broadest muscle in the back, the latissimus dorsi, and it's got several insertions, one of them being around the tops underneath the arms, around into the ribs. There's several different places it inserts, so it can be quite a tricky muscle to stretch. And if it's tight, you can feel it. You really do feel it. So to create this stretch, you're going to have your palms facing upwards and your little fingers are in towards your body. Now we're going to keep the elbows in line with the spine and lift both arms up. So first of all, they become vertical, and then you're going to bend your elbows and take your fingertips down towards the mat behind. Now they may or may not get to the mat, doesn't matter. Refresh your core muscles, breathe in, lift the arms up. Breathe out as they come down. And we're going to do this several times, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Just checking those little fingers stay in, elbows are in line with your shoulders. Once you've worked with it a few times, you can hold that stretch for a few moments, remembering to breathe. And then bringing the arms over, bring your knees back in towards your chest, rocking, and then turning yourself over. And if you've got a creature, you can always give your creature a stroke. And then bring yourself back up. Okay. And I just want to sit. Lovely. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate and work with our pose today, Adho Mukha Svanasana, which is the downward facing dog pose. And it's a pose that you're familiar with, and it's a pose that many different traditions of yoga work with, some more than others. And in our tradition of true yoga, we do it in a very specific way, by taking the abdomen in towards the thighs and then lifting up the hips. And if we create this stretch, the pose in this way, the asana in this way, you experience an amazing stretch through the back, which is what we're working towards. I want to read something to you. This is from my teaching manual, and it explains it in a way that I really wanted to express the words to you. Okay, so it says, physical benefits. If you are physically tired, this posture helps to replenish vitality. It helps to stretch tight calf muscles and hamstrings. The sides of the upper chest area also receive a very strong stretch. Circulation to the head is enhanced, therefore the eyes and the brain are refreshed. With the arms in the correct position, the pectoral muscles are stretched, creating a feeling of opening in the front of the chest. At the same time, the scapular and shoulder muscles are strengthened. The mental and emotional benefits. The dog posture is excellent for letting go of the past and bringing you totally into the present. The energetic benefits. The Muladhara chakra is the main focus, but the energy once released flows up through the chakras to the crown. So it will really help to replenish your energy, or allow you to feel an amazing sense of connectedness. And you might just want to sit after the pose for a few moments and experience that feeling of stillness, what we call the Drew point. And So I will do a demonstration and then I'm just going to flow into the pose and give you several rounds of it, and we'll also work with the flowing dog pose as well. So this is first of all, this is my demonstration. To prepare the body fully, we're going to work with Majorios in cat pose to begin with. So you want to come onto your hands and knees, and what you can do to help with stability in this pose is let the crease of your elbow, so the ear of your elbow, bring that crease forwards, so it faces forwards. So you're not locking the joints, but this helps you to hold that shape very, very steady. So hands down, shoulders, hands below the shoulders, shoulders above the hands. Turn the crease of your elbow so it's forwards, and you can also press down into your thumb and your first finger. These are going to be hip distance apart. First of all, breathe out. And then we're just going to move from the base of the spine, drawing navel up towards the spine, arching the back, and the chin comes in towards the chest. Now I'm going to demonstrate Adho Mukha Svanasana, the dog pose. So you can just watch me for a few moments just so you know what it looks like. And I'm going to demonstrate the flowing dog or the running dog. And then working with it together. So coming onto your hands and knees, the eye of the elbow forwards, it's a hip distance, and we'll just move in with Majorios cat pose. And that flow of awareness moving along your spine as you draw the navel up towards your spine. Segmental movement. Lengthening the spine, arching the back, drawing navel up towards the spine, and then moving from the base, breathing in as you look forwards and breathing out as you arch the back. And just one more, retiring back down into your child's pose so the hips come back to join the heels, And then you're sliding your hands back by your ankles. And we're going to rise back up. Coming back up to your hands and to your knees. And we're going to rise up into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward dog. So you're going to tuck your toes underneath. Lift your knees from the mat a couple of centimetres. Take your abdomen towards your thighs. And then lifting up your hips. Pressing down into your palms, into your thumbs and index finger. And then you can just walk the dog a couple of times. So you just let your hamstrings stretch out as you adjust where you feel most comfortable. And we take the feet to the sides of the mat. Lift the hips really high. Really stretching out the back. It's as though there's a thread attached to the coccyx. And then you can lower your heels down. Now don't worry about straightening the legs. You can keep the knees bent. We don't see dogs with straight legs. So that awareness on your breath. And then walking your feet closer together. Bend your knees. And down. Forward down. And your hands back. Second time rising up. Tucking your toes underneath. Abdomen towards the thighs, and then you're lifting up your hips. Again, stepping the feet to the sides of the mat, pressing down into the palms, lowering the heels down, head relax between your arms. And in this pose, your vitality is replenished. It enables you to let go of the past, refreshes your eyesight, brain. That energy moves down through the spine, from Muladhara at the base to Sahasrara, the crown of the head. Bring your feet closer together and just exit from your pose slowly. With awareness, having reverence for each movement you make. Rise it up when you're ready. And if that's enough for you today, that's fine, that's perfect. If you want to have a go at the flowing dog or running dog, you can join me. Sliding your hands forward once more, rising up. Tucking your toes underneath, taking your hips back, abdomen towards your thighs, coming up into that dog pose. And then with your running dog, you're going to bend your knees, bend your elbows out to the side, let the body weight come forwards, and then roll back onto the balls of the feet. And we just repeat that a few times. Like the hips are making tiny circles. Just one more. Bring your knees down, shins down, tucking your head in, and the hands slide back by your ankles. Rising up when you're ready and circling your arms around, bringing your hands down towards your heart. And then bringing yourselves down onto your backs. Sliding your knees back in towards your chest. Bending your knees and just rocking from side to side. And then bringing your right knee in towards your chest, circling that knee around. And pressing that knee in towards your chest, breathe in. And as you breathe out, just apply a little bit more pressure. Press the back of the left thigh down towards the mat. And swap over. Slide your right leg away, bring the left knee in. Circle your knees around. Press your knee in, press the back of the other thigh down towards the mat. Breathe out as you apply a bit more pressure, finding more space from that stretch. And each time you return to these stretches, you find more space. Each time. Okay, bring your foot over towards your knee. Placing your foot onto your knee, sliding arm out to the side, and just begin to rock. So your hips lifting from the mat, the left hip, and just rocking in and out of that stretch. So you're easing out any stiffness, tightness. Let your head turn to the side. And then let that leg relax down there, turning your head. And come back onto your back. Straighten up your hips, slide your left leg away. Push your right foot onto your knee, left hand onto your knee. Right arm comes out to the side. Just begin to rock. And then move into that shape, let your head turn. Breathe out. You come back onto your back. Straighten up your hips. If you want to bring your knees back in again, you can. Just do whatever feels good. And then let your body come down. Let your toes roll out to the sides. Place your blankets over you. And just get yourselves ready for your relaxation. Shavasana. If you've got warm socks or blankets, bolsters, cushions, just build yourself, I used to call mine a relaxation station. Just make sure your body's nice and warm and cozy. And then the lights relax. Just begin by taking your awareness down into your right leg and just circling the toes on your right leg. Breathe in, draw the toes in. And as you breathe out, let that leg roll out to the side. Do the same now on the left leg. Circling your toes around. Put the toes in, breathe in. Breathe out, let the toes roll out to the side. That awareness travel up through your body, pressing the knees down into the mat, backs of the knees, breathe in. And as you breathe out, relax the knees. Coming up now to the glutes, squeeze both of the glutes, feel your hips lift. Breathing in and breathing out. And then let your hips relax, let your glutes relax. Feel the body descending down to the ground, yielding down towards the earth. Roll your thumbs in towards your palms, wrap your fingers around your thumbs, roll your arms in towards your body, breathe in. And as you breathe out, roll the arms away, stretching the fingers out. And then let your fingers just go. Just taking a few slow, steady breaths in between moving. You may want to send that breath all the way down into the lowest part of your body. And send the breath into your ribs. And then into the upper chest. Turning your head now, left side and the right side. Your head back to the middle, scrunch up your forehead, move your jaw. Release any tension from your face. A big smile, big frown, big smile again. Face relax. And then noticing your breath. At the very peak of your inhalation, the pinnacle of that inhalation, pause. And then steadily let that breath be released. Just repeat that a few times. And then let that awareness once more be present around the soles of your feet. And in this space here, just in the space around your feet, visualize a soft glowing light, peaceful glow. It's nurturing and soft and warm. Just invite that glow to travel up from your toes along the sole of your foot into the arch and the heel. And then taking it into your calf muscle, into your shin, into your knee. And your body feels soothed and nurtured. Any aches and stiffness is transformed into ease. comes up into your knees and into your quads, into those strong long bones in your legs, into your hips and glutes, soothing the muscles, the organs of your body, different systems of your body. Sense of relaxation moves up into the abdomen, digestive organs, to your heart, soothing, nurturing. And it comes into your arms, your hands, things feel heavy and relaxed. And soft glows move through every cell in your system, every space. And finally it comes up into the face and the jaw and your eyes. Soften, tongue, cheeks. As you breathe out this next time, I'm just going to spend a few moments just resting here in the stillness. Begin to reawaken the body now. Let this reawakening begin with the breath. Deepening your breath, hearing its sound. Start to move your fingers, your toes. And in your mind's eye, just invite you to visualize a beautiful springtime day. Blue skies, pretty clouds, there are birds. You might even hear bird song. Buds are returning to the trees, and there's a feeling of fresh energy and vitality around, an awakening. And just breathing that fresh energy and vitality down into your body, allowing it to nourish every cell within your system. And as you breathe out, just start stretching and moving. Let that fresh energy nourish you as you begin to reawaken. Rolls down into your spine, into your different energy pathways of your body, and into your hips and into your legs, into your knees, your feet, your toes. Just stretching now and moving in a way that's just perfect for you. Maybe turn over onto one side or bring your knees in towards your chest. And then letting your body start to become ready to sit back up. If you want to stay down there for longer, you can. There's no pressure, there's no rush. For those sitting back up, pressing your palms down into the mat, bringing yourself back to a seated position. You might just want to sit for a moment or two. And then bringing your palms together, rub your palms together. That warmth into your hands, Some palms over your eyes now. Eyes open up into that darkness. And feel nourished for a moment. And then separate your fingers, let the light travel through, giving your forehead a tap, your eyebrows, your cheeks and your jaw. Giving yourself a dust off. And then end with a nice gentle hug. And give the other side a hug as well. And then by bringing your palms together and your hands into your palm. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May all beings be at peace. So thank you for being here today and enjoying this beautiful Drew Yoga class. And I look forward to seeing you again in the future. Bye-bye.